In a village deep within the forest of the Yoruba land, there lived a young man named Akin. Akin was strong and proud, known throughout the village for his skills as a hunter. But behind his strength, Akin carried a burden that no one else could see: the deep, unyielding grudge against his former best friend, Ode. Akin and Ode had once been inseparable, their bond as strong as the roots of the ancient trees that surrounded their village. But one day, a betrayal over a hunting prize shattered their friendship. Ode, in a moment of desperation, had taken what rightfully belonged to Akin, and Akin's heart hardened with anger and resentment. As the years passed, Akin's grudge grew heavier, like a bag filled with stones that he carried everywhere he went. This burden weighed him down, slowing his steps and dimming the light in his eyes. The villagers noticed that Akin, once full of energy and life, was now tired and withdrawn. Ode, on the other hand, was filled with regret. He longed to mend their friendship, but every time he approached Akin, he was met with a cold, unforgiving silence. Ade's heart ached, but Akin's anger remained as solid as a stone. One day, as Akin struggled with the weight of his grudge, he was approached by Elder Olomide, the wise old man of the village. Elder Olomide had seen many things in his long life, and he could see the pain that Akin's grudge was causing. Akin, Elder Olomide said gently, "I see the burden you carry. It is like a heavy bag filled with stones, and each stone represents a grudge you hold in your heart. But tell me, how long can you carry this weight before it breaks you?" Akin listened, but his heart was still hard. He could not let go of the anger that had festered within him for so long. But Elder Olomide continued, "There was once a man who carried a sack of stones, just like you. He thought the stones would protect him, but they only weighed him down, holding him back from the life he could have lived. It was only when he let go of the stones that he found peace." The elder's words echoed in Akin's mind, and for the first time, he began to see the truth in them. The grudge he held was not hurting Ode, it was only hurting himself. The heavy bag he carried was of his own making, and he was the only one who could let it go. Determined to be free, Akin sought out Ode. With a heart full of anger and sorrow, he confronted his former friend. Ode, seeing the pain in Akin's eyes, fell to his knees and begged for forgiveness. "Akin," Ode said, his voice trembling, "I have carried the guilt of my betrayal for years. I never meant to hurt you, and I have regretted it every day. Please, forgive me." Akin stood still, the weight of his grudge pressing down on him. But as he looked at Ode, he saw not the man who had wronged him, but the friend he had once loved like a brother. And in that moment, something within Akin shifted. The anger that had fueled his grudge began to melt away, replaced by a deep sense of relief. With tears in his eyes, Akin forgave Ode. And as he did, the heavy bag he had carried for so long disappeared, leaving him feeling lighter than he had in years. The two friends embraced, their hearts filled with the warmth of reconciliation. The villagers, who had watched from afar, rejoiced, for they knew that the power of forgiveness had healed a wound that had festered for too long. From that day on, Akin and Ode walked side by side once more, their friendship stronger than ever. And as they walked, Akin knew that the elder had been right. Forgiveness had freed him from the burdens of the past, allowing him to step into a future filled with peace and happiness. Moral of the story: forgiveness is a powerful tool that can free us from the burdens of the past. Holding on to grudges only harms the one who carries them, while forgiveness brings peace and healing.